Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome to episode 30 of Ray and Benny Talk Sports. Dirty 30. Pretty good, eh, bro? Do you think we'd get it to 30?
Nah, I thought we would have hated each other by now and moved on.
Really?
Just kidding.
You thought that was going to happen?
Yeah, there's always that possibility, right?
That's true.
Slight.
Yeah, I'm sure we both got to the border there. We both got to the border. Do you remember your 30th birthday?
Well, I remember I had one. It was there.
Where was it?
Hey?
Was that the King's Head?
Yeah, that was at the King's Head.
Oh, that was that birthday, bro?
Yeah, that was that one. A fun 4 hours, 10 to 2, just give her. And yeah, interesting night, indeed.
We'll leave it at that. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube and on your favorite podcast provider. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Benny, where can they find us on social media?
Well, besides YouTube, Ray Benny Sports is also on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
TikTok.
You'll
figure it out, TikTok.
Yeah, so check us out. We got some videos there. Leave us a comment, watch some videos, leave us a like.
Do all the socials. The socials.
Join us everywhere.
Well, let's get into it, brother. We got the NHL playoffs. We got the NBA playoffs. The Winnipeg Jets still in a coaching search. We have some rumors involving Lionel Messi. Of course, we have the Benny Brickhead of the week. We got a couple shout outs, but let's start off with some exciting news. Amazing news. CFL labor dispute has been resolved with a 7-year CBA. So CFL season is finally going to start on time, unlike the past 2 years.
Time to kick up that three-peat and get it going for the Blue Bombers.
Ooh, I can't wait. Next week, we're going to be into training camp and Bomber news, brother.
Yeah, for sure. And then exhibition games have been pushed back to Thursday next week. But a week from now, we got a game going on.
I can't wait.
It's going to be fantastic.
So before we get into the action of the CFL preseason, season roster moves, training camp, let's talk about this new CBA 7-year agreement. Great for both the league and the players to have a constant CBA for a long amount of time. Only the second work stoppage in CFL history, last one being like 48 years ago, sometime in the 70s. What sticks out about the CBA for you, brother? Benefits for the players, benefits for the league. Any other points that really stuck out to you on this one?
Well, first off, I do like the 7-year deal. I thought I had read somewhere too, it can be reopened in 5 years after the TSN TV rights are up. They can renegotiate in case, who knows, 5 years, maybe the league's flying, TSN deal is going to be huge. So that's pretty big for the league to give that up to the players as well. So for me, the one that I liked the most was the allowing an American player who had been here for a player on a team for 3 years or in the league for 5 years becomes a nationalized Canadian as well. And there's that 8th spot for them. It gives incentive now for players to stick with their teams for longer. And for American players, if they got an option, I'm at year 4 in the CFL, but the XFL is offering me this or something. They might take the CFL up on sticking around here instead of going to the XFL. So I really like that one. And then the guaranteed contract.
Yeah, I was about to add to that guaranteed 2-3 year contract where you're guaranteed 50% at least to negotiate of receiving that. So that really keeps players in the market, because that's been a huge issue. You mentioned that earlier, not being able to buy a jersey of your favorite player, because you never know.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You're going to go buy a guy and then he's gone next year. Yeah. If you would have bought a Kenny Lawler jersey halfway through last year, because he's having a kick-ass season, and all of a sudden now he's in Edmonton. It's like, that sucks.
Yeah.
So to me, a lot of people are buying people like Stiegel jerseys, Walby jerseys, guys that were here in the past and, that have been here for long enough. So
yeah, I still want to get my Tyrone Jones jersey, bro.
Yeah. Get it on there, man.
I will. With those new jerseys, I think so. That's going to be a slick look. Yeah. Tyrone Jones or James West? Friends and neighbors, what do you think? That's a tough one for me, man. I love both of those players.
Both great players. So you can't go wrong in either one.
Yeah. Leave a comment, friends and neighbors. One thing about the CBA I don't quite understand is the 12 padded practices. I don't know who's leading that initiative. Is it the coaches, and do they think that the play level will increase with players being in pads once a week, maximum 12 times in a season. I don't quite get that one. I think the game's evolved beyond needing to hit each other in pads. The players know that there's money involved and they want to hurt each other. So I don't quite get that, bro.
Yeah, maybe. What did I read? A couple explanations about it. Some of the guys that are, say, maybe practice roster that aren't in games or whatever, and they're not, they go without padded practices for, say, a couple months. Now they're finally in game action and they're, not ready for those padded games now, right? Compared to just practicing in shorts and t-shirt kind of thing. So I can see how that could help that way. But yeah, as long as, coaches aren't going crazy on those days, because it's a long season already, man. You see all the injuries. I'd rather have the star guys reach it to the playoffs and play in the Grey Cup than them getting injured halfway through the season and have to watch a backup that is not as good, so. Absolutely.
Anything else stick out in the new CBA ratio, maybe? ratio.
Well, that's a ratio. I mean, it's still at 7, right? And then plus the 8th one that they can use as well, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that didn't change and they didn't lower that in any way and make it worse for Canadian players to try and make the CFL or stick around and play football.
Yeah, the one that's kind of weird to me, and not that I don't like it, I don't quite understand it, is the rule that the 3 naturalized Canadians can play up to 50% of snaps that would be usually given to a full-blown Canadian, in lack of better terms. So you're taking snaps away from Canadian players, possibly good developmental snaps. So I don't quite get that one, bro. That puzzles me a bit. I understand it's a concession, maybe a negotiating chip, but I don't quite get that one.
But that's after a player's been here for a while, though, right? They have to be here for
that's a naturalized Canadian.
Yeah, so that to me gives them an incentive to stick around a bit. But that's an 8th spot that they're adding, aren't they?
And you can actually replace 3 starting Canadians for 49% of the snaps in a game.
Okay.
With maybe 3 of those naturalized Canadians. So yeah, it is incentive. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an incentive for them to stay in the league, stay in with the team. I just, me being the pro-Canadian, heavy on the ratio, I just see that as taking snaps away from a good Canadian.
Yeah, maybe I didn't understand that totally. So yeah, I don't want to see that either. I don't want to see them losing snaps.
Yeah.
I didn't. If it was the 1 extra spot, I'm good with that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't want to see that Canadian players lose. Yeah.
That's in addition to the 1 extra, the 8th starting. Yeah, you can. Again, that's 49% of the snaps in a game. There were 3 Canadians can be subbed out for an American.
That seems like a pretty big concession. For 3.
That's what I had to read it like 3 times. I'm like, what? And I'm sure this is right. So that one, it's kind of weird, and it does feel like a huge concession.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But the players got some pretty sweet deals in this. So I guess they had to give up something. But yeah, I wish it wasn't that.
100 grand a year minimum, raising the salary.
Yeah.
In the next few years, possibly more because it's more attached to the revenue, which was another big chip for the players.
Yeah, well, they got the substantial revenue sharing model that's audited by a third party. So, hopefully the league's honest on that. But that could turn out to be
honest, bro. Teams Edmonton, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg have not been honest, bro. Just saying.
I know. They're still gonna hide stuff in that audit too.
Remember James West? For sure, they hide those costs. Cal Murphy knew. Murphy. So yeah, a great player-friendly deal, and 7 years, bro.
Now it's just time to play some football. Did they incorporate that? Expiration date 30 days before training camp or something? Did that get in there? Good.
Like, hopefully, again, they don't wait till last minute.
Yeah, well, they will.
What a mess of negotiations that was.
Yeah. And that's the thing, especially coming off the pandemic and all that stuff. It's not a good sign. Luckily, they solved it in a few days.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. But any longer, or if there was preseason games missed, that's not going to be good for the league at all.
Yeah, good for the players to stick their heels into the ground and not move on it. They deserve that. The CFL business model has been heavily skewed to owners who aren't making money. So now they're really forced to make money and put an effort into it. And the league has to put an effort into raising that revenue. So
yeah, start marketing those players. Get those players out there, man. Get them out there. Get them to stick with their teams. And build up that fan base again.
It's a huge cultural shift in the CFL. And we could either be seeing things stay the same, I will never see the death of the league, bro. I've seen so much in this league over the past 40 years.
Should have been dead already.
Yeah, exactly. Since our balls are bigger. But
they need to bring that back.
Radically Canadian, for sure, bring that back. So yeah, but it's either the league will flourish, I think, or stay the same and still try to figure out just waiting in this CFL murky water of not getting bigger. So we'll see. But my hopes are up.
Yeah, hopefully this is the first step in moving up and finally figuring this out for the CFL, right? What business model is going to work and all this stuff. And I don't know. Maybe it's time for Randy, your boy Randy, there to move on. Uncle Randy.
What a guy! And the owners, Scott Mitchell and Hamilton and Wade Miller, leading these negotiations. I don't know what y'all were doing. I really don't know what y'all are doing. That was messy.
Especially Wade, man. Things are looking up finally for the Bombers. You should have good crowds this year, I would hope, after back-to-backs. Get it going. And and your players. Your main guy stuck around in Winnipeg instead of going somewhere else to sign for bigger contracts too. So
absolutely,
they showed good faith in that way. Time to show it back a little bit.
Yeah, and that was very weird. That was very disrespectful.
Yeah,
that probably made the players dig their heels in more.
So probably. Yeah,
good for them. So friends and neighbors, stay tuned. Next week we're going to start with some Bomber action, training camp, and pursuit for 3.
Repeat.
Here we go.
Incoming.
Let's go to the other Winnipeg team, pursuit to make the playoffs at least next year, hopefully. But business-wise right now, pursuit for a coach.
Has the Barry signed yet?
Bro, I don't know what's going on. They interviewed Barry and it's quiet now.
The Barry is on a plane right now going to Philly.
Well, I don't blame him, man. This is a big decision. Obviously, it's a big decision any coaching, but does he want to coach? That's also still in the question after all these interviews, and we'll see. But
dude, I mean, he's the hottest coach out there. He's gonna have suitors. The Jets, Philly. I'm sure Vegas is probably gonna want to talk to him at some point too. So
yeah,
I mean, the Jets have to have some other options lined up in case Trotz chooses one of the others. We know Philly loves to pay the hottest name out there. They paid Alain Vigneault $5 million. For 5 years, and they're still going to be paying him. So I can see them chucking a bunch of money at Trotz, but we'll see what Trotz thinks of the situations. Is he going to win in Winnipeg quicker or Philly or whatever, man? But with Chuck Fletcher in Philly, the way that's been going on since he's been there, I don't know if that's a great situation.
Yeah.
But again, we have Chevy here who's building things steady and slow, kind of steady. Not really steady. No, maybe not. Maybe not steady at all.
Steady.
I don't know.
Roster steady other than the personality.
and then Vegas loves to fire their coaches and stab players in the back. So, Did
Detroit interview Trotz?
I don't think they've interviewed him, but I have not seen anything tying him there at all. But one thing Eiserman said he did want was a better defensive system. So who better at that than Trotz?
Yeah. Well, it seems like the Jets have put all their eggs in the basket because I don't think they've been interviewing anyone else. Maybe secretly.
No. Just the rumors we heard of guys, right, that they possibly want Arneal, Carlisle, that kind of stuff, but no other interviews unless they've secretly done it.
Okay, Bernardo, I got a surprise question for you.
Jeez.
Now, you love these. You have 15 seconds to talk to Barry Trotz on the phone to make a last 15-second push to get him to come to Winnipeg. What are you going to say? Start now.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
Barry, you'll be loved in Winnipeg. You bring a Stanley Cup here, there'll be a statue of you outside the arena in no time. I don't know.
Would you promise him a managerial position?
Yes. Yeah.
I think I would too. Because that seems to be quite the conversation with Barry Trotz, is he might be interested in a long-term managerial or at least a shot at a managerial position. So I would offer him that. I don't know what that does with Chevy in the picture. Yeah, would you let go of Chevy if Trotz was like, "Yo, I want that position and head coach"?
I would. They won't. There's no way.
I know they won't.
After just signing him again for 3 more years, there's no way they're doing that. Yeah, and Chippy and his loyalty is not gonna toss him out like that.
I agree with you. I'd totally do it, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
That's not. And even offering him a future managerial position, it's hard. Like what, to GM? So yeah. So what does Chevy do there? It's like, okay, they're gonna fire me in 3 years anyways, right?
That'd be awkward.
Just a little bit.
Walking by that guy in the hall who's going to take your job.
Yeah.
Never happened. He'd ask to leave. Maybe he'll, any which way. So many scenarios. Still hoping Pascal Vincent gets an interview.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think he'd be one of the ones that could be, I don't know. I feel like he's just part of True North before. He might follow the same path of, listening to certain people tell him who to play. I don't know. Yeah. So I just want some fresh air coming from somewhere else, out of the organization. Fair. And they're not a buddy of True North kind of thing.
That's a pretty strong sentiment around Jets Nation right now.
Yeah.
You just want a fresh voice, not from the culture. And
exactly.
Understand.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the NHL playoffs, bro. Ray and Benny versus the Coin. Wow, some good first round games. Some crazy.
The 80s came back out last night, man.
Wasn't that awesome? The heat, the hatred, man. And the goals, brother. Let's start with the Western Division. Who are your picks? How'd the games go? What'd the Coin say?
Yeah, we'll start off with Colorado, St. Louis. Game 1 went to Colorado. We took Colorado. The Coin went with St. Louis. Jordan Binnington, wicked game.
Jeez.
54 saves. They keep the Blues in that game. Yeah. Colorado dominated it, obviously, and controlled most of it, and in overtime, just took it to overtime, Binnington. So, but Colorado squeaked out the win, but the shots were 13-0 in overtime.
Yeah.
And that was only 8 minutes into it when Colorado scored.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to survive. And Colorado started the overtime with a power play, and it seemed like they had one the rest of the way.
The whole time.
They just controlled that puck. How do you weather that storm? They weathered the storm. They did, and still.
Well, Binnington weathered the storm, right? So they're going to have to be better, St. Louis, than relying on him to make 50 saves a game.
51 out of 54. That's insane. Yeah. Against Colorado? Bro.
Yeah, with that firepower, man. And for a guy who had not had the greatest of seasons, like he was the backup coming into the playoffs. So it's a pretty big game for him.
Absolutely.
We'll see, though, but they need more, or otherwise it's going to be a quick series for Colorado.
How do you get outshot 41-25 in regulation? What? What? Oh, St. Louis,
The 13-0 in overtime shocked me.
Oh.
Like, yeah, you didn't even get one shot, man.
This is like watching one of Mike Tyson's early fights. It just didn't end quickly. This is one of those ones where the guy weathered as much as he could, and then that's it.
But this is also one of those ones where the other goalie could end up stealing it, if Binnington can keep this up.
Yeah, but when I don't think Tarasenko's line didn't get a shot on net. You're not going to win games when that line.
No, yeah, obviously they need a better effort coming around from those guys, especially their top guys.
Wow.
But yeah.
Good luck, St. Louis. Good luck, St. Louis.
Indeed, good luck, Coin, as well for picking St. Louis.
What's going on in the other series there, brother? Wow.
What a game. 9-6.
Awesome. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? 5-1 lead for Calgary. I mean, 2 goals in the first minute.
Yeah.
3-0 lead. Mike Smith is already pulled. I mean, that was not even 5 minutes, 6 minutes into the game, whatever it was.
Into the game, yeah.
and then it's like, then it's 5-1 at one point. All of a sudden, it's 6-2, 6-6, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah. I figured Edmonton would win at that point, but Calgary just, had one more gear. And they put it in there. Keith Tkachuk, he found that other gear last night.
Keith Tkachuk was in the stands, bro.
We were talking earlier about Keith Tkachuk and his hat. Matthew Tkachuk. Oh my God.
I think you mean Brady. Oh no, that's right.
Brady's the other guy.
Yeah, he had 3 beers on him. Good boy.
Yeah, pounding it back. So yeah, big night for Matthew Tkachuk. At 9-6, we harken back to the 80s. Lots of goal scoring, some nasty stuff. Lucic and Tkachuk getting it with Kane at different part of the game. Yeah. Lucic actually didn't look too bad to me in that game for how old and terrible he's looked over the last few years. He's been playing
well in Calgary the past couple seasons.
He looked like a menace out there.
That's I don't know if that's strategy on purpose to have 2 guys mess with Kane. Yeah. But whatever it is, it works.
Easy to get under your skin.
Look at that. He said money. He said money.
Tkachuk asked him if he needed some coin.
That's some good chirping. That's quality chirping right there. That's old school. And yeah, it felt like an old school series, bro. Old school Smythe Division series.
Yeah. And the amount of goals, that's ridiculous. Like no goalie in that game played well,
Oh.
and you can't even blame Smith after watching those other two go. So I got a question for you. Is it wrong for Brady Tkachuk to be wearing Flames gear and cheering on his brother like he's doing?
No, not at all. Brother, it sounds like over anything.
It sounds like a pretty hot topic, and people are all over him for wearing Flames gear or calling it odd or weird or whatever. Man, I don't know. I love it.
Y'all have nothing better to do than complain about that? Like, didn't you love it when you saw...
Dude, it's social media, man.
I know, those clowns. Those clowns. I loved seeing, like, they didn't wear the gear, but I love seeing Ryan Fitzpatrick in Buffalo enjoying the game, cheering the little team on. I love Lucky Whitehead in the end zone at the Western Final, having a good time, putting on a bomber too, I think. Yeah. Like, come on. They love the league, and number one, he loves his bro.
It's such a different time, right? You know, someone mentioned the Sutter brothers. Would they have done that? No, but they were supposed to hate each other, you know, all season. Then they'd go for beers in the summertime. Right. It's just like wrestling. Guys in wrestling used to have to hate each other even outside the rink, right? To keep that persona going.
Break that kayfabe. No.
Yeah, you're never going to do that, right? Yeah. So same thing with hockey before. It was a different thing. You had to be the tough guy. You can never show any other kind of emotion besides, you know, being tough. So, man, this is fantastic. Brady's having a wicked time. Let him have fun. Let him cheer on his brother.
Yeah. And these games are going to happen now. Like, this is not, I don't think this is, what do you call it, an anomaly. I think this is what we're going to see this whole series.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets to 6 or 7, hopefully, but.
Watch next game be a 1-0 final.
That tonight?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that's right. Tonight. Okay, we'll see. But I love watching that. What do you got, some score updates?
Yeah, I'll give you an update once you get into your next round of games here.
Oh, so we're going to go with the East then?
Yeah, let's go into it.
Yeah, let's start with the Rangers and the Hurricanes. You know, good for the Rangers to keep it close.
Yeah.
Shesterkin was on his game. They were able to play a good 40 minutes. But, man.
That third.
Like, Carolina is relentless. Again, reminding me how Boston played in the early 2000s under Julien, or mid-2000s or whatever. That forecheck, bro. Where do they get the energy to do that?
They had it all that third period. Like, they didn't stop.
Unstoppable. Like, and I don't know, bro. Like, the Rangers did their best there. They have one line working for right now in the Rangers. That kid line, whoever's on that line. Lafreniere, Chittle, and Kako. Yeah. That's the only line that's working for them right now. So they need that cop line and Panarin and who are they with? Strome to wake up.
Zibanejad too.
Their number one line.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys have to get it going a bit too.
Yeah, and shout out to that Carolina goalie who we were kind of a little worried about with Freddie Anderson. He did really good, Rianta.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Weather the storm. Talk about weathering the storm.
When I was watching the Rangers earlier, they almost reminded me of Vegas against the Jets that time, that relentless forecheck too, earlier in the game. That gallant way kind of all over you, right? But Carolina just flipped the script in that third period and just went at him in waves. Like, and Shesterkin was saving him, right? And then that Aho one, he was down and out on the second attempt. Not much you can do. So, but if he keeps playing like that, I think the Rangers will be in this series.
Yeah.
It won't be a quick one by Carolina.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be a good series. I think it'll maybe one of those, like the last series they had, home team wins.
Yeah.
It could easily be a home team win series.
Yeah, exactly. Going up to 7.
Who did Coin take in that?
The Coin took Florida in that one. Sorry, Carolina in that one.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's right. Smart move. Smart move.
Same picks.
Let's talk about the Battle of Florida. Bro, like, I talked about this last week, that Florida went 0 for 18 on their power play, and they can't do that against Tampa Bay. What do? They went 0 for 3 in their power play, and Tampa Bay went 3 for 6, and they won 4-1.
Yeah.
That's a difference right there. Nothing's
special teams.
Yeah, Vasilevsky played really good. He played really good.
Yeah, way better than that first round.
Yeah, and not that Bobrovsky played bad. It's just the power play goals.
Yeah.
Like, and Tampa Bay, they're a veteran team, bro. I don't see how Florida is going to stop them. It might slow them down, but you think they can stop them, bro?
Well, I got a score update for you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay scored with 4 seconds left in the game to win 2-1.
Oh, man. And they're going to Tampa Bay these next 2.
With a 2-0 lead. 4 seconds left, man.
That's got to hurt your heart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
and again, Bobrovsky sounds like he's sitting on his head.
Yeah, he had 26 saves. Vasilevsky had 35 or 25 saves for Bobrovsky.
Wow.
So another close game, right? And Tampa's that they're showing why they're that two-time back-to-back champion here right now. Not
Just
two-time, I guess
composure.
like one more, but
Composure. Like even that the first goal by Duclair.
yeah,
Forgetting how fast that guy is. Get
yeah,
out of here.
he's got some good hands too.
Jeez. His first playoff goal, I think. But after that, cool, composed, got
Yeah,
into their game, waited for their chances on the power play, and they won.
yeah, they're not too worried about it tonight. Did they score on the power play tonight? The last one wasn't.
I don't know.
Oh, the first one was too a power play goal. That's right, by your boy Corey Perry.
Booyah! Coming back from the lead.
That's his fourth goal of the playoffs.
Dang, I should have took him for that steak dinner, bruh.
Yeah, he's gonna win it over Kane for sure.
Good. Those good NHL games. These are going to be
Fantastic playoffs, man.
Oh my goodness,
the league needs this. The league needs this.
I agree, but they're still not going to capitalize anymore.
No, they won't.
Your Bettman's running things, and any which way, Phoenix Coyotes can't get their own logo on the ice. Blah blah blah. Awesome. I should have put that in the quick shots, bro. I should put that in the quick shots. Friends and neighbors, don't forget to comment on these playoff predictions. See how you do against the coin. Let's go to the quick shots. A few quick fire bullet point sports stories, rumors. First one being Messi to Inter Miami rumors, bro. I know they've kind of been debunked, but some people are keeping them alive. That'd be pretty crazy.
I'm sure he'll end up in the MLS at some point for sure. But 35% stake in the club and he'd be a player or owner kind of thing. Messi's agent denied it, but yeah. I'm sure there's somewhere or something in the works for him to end up there at some point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Beckham owns that team.
Yeah.
And apparently they had a meeting, but not about the soccer. I don't know.
No, yeah. They just, they passed each other on the street maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
So, Messi's obviously going to get paid tons to go there. So, go live in the States for a few years, make some money, and then you can go wherever after that. So, not that he needs the money.
No, it's like, and the MLS can't match dollar for dollar these salaries, obviously. So you got to give him a stake in a team. And apparently he owns like this condo, the whole floor of a building in Miami. So.
Yeah, but at some point, these guys stop getting paid this much money out in Europe, right? I mean, Messi will be different. Because obviously he'd probably still get paid for a while in Europe. But a lot of these guys, like I don't know if you've heard of Lorenzo Insigne, he plays for Italy and Napoli. Yeah, right. He's going to Toronto starting next season. So he still would have got probably a decent contract in Italy somewhere or even with Napoli, but he decided to go there and he's going to make some good coin in Toronto. So, and he's still fairly young. Like he just passed his 30s. So a good player.
Yeah, MLS is starting to pull some.
Yeah, they pull a few guys here and there. So
usually you'll see the old players go. Like how old was it? I can never say his name.
Ibrahimovic
with the over the head goal.
Zlatan.
Like he was like mid-30s when he went, eh?
Yeah, and he's back in Italy playing right now, and he's still popping in goals.
He's crazy.
He probably went to the U.S. a little bit too early. He still had a lot. He still had a lot in the tank.
He was in L.A., right?
Yeah.
Dang. So was David Beckham.
He was. Yep.
Making that money any which way. Let's look at the NBA playoffs quickly, brother. In the East, the Celtics whooped the Bucks.
That leprechaun didn't do his job.
Say what?
The leprechaun didn't do his job at all.
The leprechaun did do their job. Leprechaun.
Oh, what are we not talking about? Game one here?
Oh yeah. Sorry. I was looking at the Mavericks score, how they got whooped. Sorry, my bad. The leprechaun didn't pull the magic off there. Sorry, bro.
No. They're playing tonight too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're playing right now. What's the score on that one?
What's the score on that one? Ooh, that leprechaun's on fire. 64-39 in the second.
Is Jason Tatum going off, bro?
That's fantastic. That's such a big bounce back for them, eh?
Well, they got the defensive player of the year back.
Tatum's at 20 points already.
They got Marcus Smart back, so maybe he's locking down some people. Who knows? But Boston's dealing with some injuries, so...
Boston was the same way. Didn't they get blown out or beat bad a couple times against the Bucks, and then they all of a sudden they came back the next time and gave it right back to them?
That's when Tatum put up 41.
Yeah, well, he's halfway there now.
Put up 20-something the next game, so we'll see. We'll see. And the Warriors killed Dallas, bro.
Yeah, Luka's got to get some more work done there.
They shut him down.
Yeah,
they shut him down big time, man. So. I think I might have chose the wrong team there, brother.
Well, Dallas, yeah, they got to get some other help for Luka there. For when games happen like this where he does get shut down, they need something else. Like he dominated against the Suns, but if he's not going to be able to do it here, this is going to be a quick series.
Yeah, I agree. And Steph Curry, always underestimate that guy, and it always screws me. Of course,
because you don't like the threes.
I don't. I miss the days of paint points, bro. I miss the days of paint points. Let's talk about Prison Mike's boy, Dashaun Watson, his boy, Baker Mayfield, and the Browns. What a mess, man. This guy has 22 cases that he has. Is that
22 civil lawsuits still to go?
Bro, what are the Browns doing? Guaranteed? Oh.
And then didn't he meet with the NFL this week, or is going to meet soon?
Yeah, there's some NFL hearing, whatever, to see where it's at.
But that's still a long way. He could get suspended this season. The one thing I was reading today about him was he sent an apology text to one of the massage therapists after making her cry after a massage.
Yeah, he brushed up against her apparently, so it was stupid.
But he's like, I don't know why she was crying. I wanted to see how she was doing or how she was feeling or something. Like,
okay, buddy. Wow, okay, buddy. And now the Browns are expecting Baker Mayfield to come and start for them the way you treat them? Get out of here, man. What kind of organization is this?
That's fantastic, eh? Like, what are you doing? They can't get, I don't know, man. It's like the Browns just can't get away from being the Browns, and moving on and being the new Browns somehow or something, right? They seem to take a step forward and then take 3 back or whatever.
They are who we think they are.
Yeah, they definitely
are who we think they are. Should the NFL have a draft lottery?
I think so. It'd be less incentive for guys to just tank. I don't think it should be all teams that miss the playoffs or anything like that. Maybe like the bottom 5 or something, or somewhere in that range. But I think so, because then it avoids the whole, tanking. I know teams will still probably tank to stay in that bottom 5 or whatever the rule is.
Even Ross will pay him.
Yeah, but I think a lottery would be good.
I think so too. And the NFL needs more TV time.
Yeah, they sure do. I haven't seen them on TV since the schedule release last week or whatever it was.
Let's go to my favorite segment, Benny's Brickhead of the Week. Who you got, brother?
Speaking of Stephen Ross, I guess I guess Stephen Ross wasn't around when this guy was hired. Nick Saban, he's my Brickhead of the Week for attacking basically Texas A&M and even Jackson State.
Out of here, man.
Calling them out for paying players $1 million and all that for, and it's like, man, you have done some shady stuff probably over the last how many years?
Absolutely,
and
man.
Now you're worried because players can start to get paid. They have options. I don't know, man. Like, you're calling out your boosters to get some more money out of this or whatever? But
probably.
To me, attacking other colleges when you're doing some shady stuff in the first place earns you the Brickhead of the Week.
Bro, that name, when you say Nick Saban, it starts making me sweat. This guy is unbelievable. Ugh. We got a couple shout outs this week. I'm shouting out to Fred Van Vliet. He's a nominee for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, which is meant to honor players who pursue social justice in their community outside of the court. And just a shout out to Fred Van Vliet for starting a full scholarship for BIPOC, Black, Indigenous students to further their education. He's not just hands off and gives them the money. He also is a mentor for them during the process and after. And he helps out with marginalized communities in Toronto with resources and school supplies. So he's really all about the community and social justice. So shout out to Freddie Van Vliet.
Right on. Good stuff.
Yeah, bro. Benny.
I'm going to do a quick shout out to these guys, the Winnipeg Ice, who advanced to the third round of the WHL playoffs. So they have the Eastern Conference Championship starting up tomorrow against the Edmonton Oil Kings. So be pretty cool to see if they can make the final and bring that championship back home. So shout out to the Winnipeg Ice. Keep it going.
I keep saying we got to get to a game. Let's get tickets.
We're running out of time, basically.
Why are they getting? Are they selling out and all that stuff?
I mean, even for tomorrow night, they're closer, single seats here and there. So I was looking to get some for tomorrow night. So
I'll go without you. That's cool. Benny, you have anything to say to the people?
Nothing. Hopefully it stops raining out here in the Peg and we get some nice weather. Have a good week.
So I can golf. Man, Ray needs his golf, bro. Ray needs his golf.
So I can use some golf balls.
Never, never. And in the famous words of Pete Rose, I'd be willing to bet you, if I was a betting man, that I'd never bet on baseball. Be kind, be safe, help each other out. Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Denny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.